I'm Kitty.
And I'm Max.
And this is Dango Duo.
Look at us being current for once.
Oh my god, we watched an anime that came out this season and we finished it. But thanks, Netflix. We're uploading all of it.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. Sometimes we just watch like the first episode, the first
true.
3 episodes, and then never touch it ever again.
And then we're like, yeah, anime was a mistake, and then we stop.
Yeah, this time all episodes are available, so we were like, alright, anime, it was fully a mistake. Let's just keep watching this.
Hey, welcome to our review of the train wreck that is 7SEEDS, the anime!
Whoa, isn't that an old shoujo manga?
Didn't it look terrible?
Listen, it was the early 2000s. All the big eyes were popular, it's fine.
I don't know. Listen, I think stuff from back then has aged better than... Actually, no. I was thinking of other manga from back then. Anyhow, hey guys, welcome to our reviews. You know how this goes. We're gonna tell you what we liked, what we didn't like, a recommendation, and so on and so forth. Kitty! What is 7 SEEDS all about?
7SEEDS is a 12-episode anime produced by Gonzo and distributed by Netflix. It is based on the manga of the same name, which ran from 2001 to 2017. On post-apocalyptic Earth, small groups of people wake up to find that they are the sole survivors of humanity. The story follows different points of view from different groups as they learn to survive in a new hostile world full of danger. Not only must they overcome man-eating plants, predators, and the elements, they must also overcome their differences and learn to live together.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool anime idea. Like, I love me shows like Survivor. I love me things like...
Lost.
Yeah, like things about people being in an island, trying to, discover the secrets.
Thank you, Zero.
This sounds like fun. So, Kitty...
Yeah?
Tell me what you liked the most about this amazing anime.
I'm not allowed to say the opening, apparently, so...
Oh, yeah, so we've made a new rule that, like, if the only thing we liked was the opening, we're not allowed to say that anymore, because that's like saying that the best part about a 10-hour experience is a music video you can look up that lasts a minute.
Yeah. So nothing. What did you like the most?
The design of one of the boys was kind of cute, and I'm like, he looks kind of gay. I hope he's cute.
No.
He's actually a piece of human garbage.
A horrible person.
So I didn't like anything in this anime.
Well, great, that was easy. I'm sure that our bads can not possibly be any longer than that.
Absolutely not at all. How long is this video? 30 minutes?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Hey, Kitty.
Hi.
What did you dislike the most about the 12 episodes of 7SEEDS?
Whoo, boy. I don't even know who to blame for this one, but boy howdy, the writing is fucking atrocious.
Okay. This is the kind of thing where people like to bring up things such as, like, there's a 3-episode anime rule. You have to watch 3 episodes. And I think that this is nonsense.
Mostly.
Most of the time I think it's nonsense. I don't think there's a rule. I think that you can experience 1 episode of something and immediately know, if it checks all the boxes, you will know this anime is not good.
Or is not for me, or is not for
me. You know what? You're right. This anime is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And by episode 1, it checked off all of our boxes. And both of us, we were like, oh, new anime on Netflix? Yeah, why not? It's new. We'll be current.
Don't fucking poke me in the eye.
No, you had a hair in your face.
Okay, well, you poked me in the eye.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Okay. Apology accepted.
Apology denied.
But no, we're all about our island survival shit right now.
Yeah, because we're doing like an RPG that is kind of like that same aesthetic, and we're like, let's watch this survival anime. Let's go.
It's gonna give us ideas.
And then we watched the first episode, and like through the process of those 20-something minutes, I kept looking at Kitty, and she was just like.
Well, honestly, I think it took me 2 episodes to be like, all right.
But you went from like, I'm excited, let's do it, to, oh no. We should watch one more.
I guess the anime was a mistake.
And the writing for this anime, and we have to clarify right now, we have no way to know if the manga is as badly written as this anime was.
Well, actually, you were looking up some stuff about how they changed the order of things. It makes no sense.
If I have to... Oh, no, here. I'm going to say my negative right now already.
Go for it.
The negative is going to be all the episode today. This anime has, unfortunately, the anime adaptation curse, where whoever... And I'm going to say it, excuse me, I'm very crimson because we had to watch this freaking anime. Whatever is the idiot who was like, okay, we have the source material.
It's complete too.
The manga is complete. It finished 2 years ago. And they're like, you know what? Let's not tell it like in the source material. Let's shuffle events up. This is the exact same reason, and this always bothered me. When we watched Sword Art Online, when we watched the SAO Season 1 and 2, the anime is hot garbage. The anime is
garbage.
Actually trash. But the novels are actually really well told, and I actually really like the novels. Volume 5 is actually on my desk right now because I'm reading it, in between working on projects.
Yeah.
All the issues that I had with the anime were answered and told gracefully in the source, in the light novels. So I have the faint feeling, because I read the summary of the manga chapters, and I'm like, oh, they told you about this before it happened in the anime.
So you actually get to know
So you actually would get to know these characters, and I'm
before they show up.
Before they show up, and you would actually kind of feel for them and understand
their struggles, and not just think he's a giant fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a giant piece of shit, but at the same time, like, I would have rather learn things in the order that they happen in the manga,
or in the order that fucking makes sense.
It's almost as though someone wrote them in that way so that they would make sense or anything.
Yeah.
So we don't know if the manga is good. We have heard mixed things. It's also
mostly
really long.
Good things, actually, to be fair, but I'm actually interested in reading the manga.
I would put it on that shelf of too long. Too long will not read.
Nah. See, for me, it's like a marathon read. Just like fucking just go through it all.
So keep an eye out for when we do Dango Duo book club and we read all of Homestuck in one sitting.
Okay, listen.
What if we stream that? Dango Duo reads Homestuck. What if we did that? Would you like to watch us do that? Let us know in the comments down below. Anyhow, so events are told out of order. And not only that, but there's also a lot of inconsistencies in the writing that even normal people, not editors and writers like us, picked up. There's one particular scene where there's a huge reveal about the nature of the water around the place where the people are hanging out. And then later, like 2 episodes afterwards, or 3 episodes after, the anime contradicts itself.
Yeah.
For the sake of, solving a plot problem.
Solving the problem.
Which is just
and
absolutely
then we both
silly.
looked at each other and we were like, but wait, that's not how that worked 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. So full of inconsistencies, and there's a lot more, but I'm gonna pass it over back to Kitty because I've done plenty of talking.
Also the pacing in this anime is horrible, and I don't know if that's to do with like a lot of the like cuts that they have to do between scenes, but like it feels like lightning pace, like we're just going, but it like you can't follow the dots of where we're going.
Yeah.
Like it just jumps and then you're like, oh, okay, I guess we're here, and then it just goes over this way, and then we have a episode and a half flashback and we're like, okay. Yeah. What's going on?
Again, the anime adaptation curse where like they're just rushing through events, and this anime does a lot of like, I don't want to call it like the Lost thing, but like it's a very American style of storytelling where like you see someone and then you get their backstory.
Yeah, you're like, who could that person be?
And I'm gonna tell you this right now, okay? And here comes a big broad statement that people will quote me on later, and it's gonna come back to bite me in the ass.
It's fine.
I have never cared for flashbacks like that because I know how things end up. So I have no emotional attachment for this character who I know is gonna die horribly in the next like 2 scenes. I don't care how virtuous he claimed he was or like how awful the situation was for him. I know the end state, and I know that everyone along the way is gonna die or have a horrible fate, and all the I know how the dominoes end.
Yeah.
So I have like no excitement in me, and I have like, I guess, no stake in this story.
Well, see, alright, here I'm gonna get on my soapbox of defending Lost, but this is one of the things that, like, especially in an anime like this, you can tell, like, flashbacks don't work. It's the prequel thing of, like, I already know this character is dead, you know? This character is currently not with the group. Clearly they died. Yeah. But then
I know what you're gonna say now.
But then something like Lost, it's not about learning, like, it is about learning what happened to them before they got there, but it's also about learning, like, the situations that got them there in the first place. Because, like, in 7SEEDS, they all underwent the same thing except for one group. That's how they got there. We know how everyone got there.
Yeah.
But for something like Lost, getting to know who they were before, everything went to shit is more meaningful.
And I assume that in a setup like that, you have reveals where, like, oh, that character's not who they claim to be at all.
Exactly.
They're like, he says he's a teacher, but he's actually a secret agent or something.
He says, oh, he's just a cool dude, but he was in prison for years or some bullshit.
See, that's more interesting because you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like reaching into a box that you don't know what's inside of. In the case of the backstories and 7SEEDS, like
it's all gonna end up the same way.
I know that this facility is gonna go to hell, and I know that guy's gonna die.
Yeah, we just saw his corpse before we went into the flashback,
and then we do the old tired. I mean, I guess I know this manga is from like almost 20 years ago, but is that tired thing of like someone left a diary, and I'm like,
listen, that doesn't. It's not. No.
Another thing that I feel, and I don't know if this is part of the manga or if it's just the adaptation or the way it was presented, but like one of the issues that I have with this anime is that there is no mystery at all. Like,
no.
Like, the setup we told you is the setup. There is no reveal, and there is like no like change in the mystery whatsoever.
They try to, but it literally makes no sense.
It's what's in here, and that's it. You're not gonna get anything where like, oh, what really happened to the world? No, it's
no. They pretty much explain it.
This is a story about people.
Like the only like twist to it was Summer A group, or it's like, oh, okay, but still doesn't make any sense. But okay,
and even the setup is like kind of faulty in ways where I'm like, oh, they went through all the trouble of having these 5 groups survive the apocalypse, but why wouldn't you just, I don't know, make everyone survive the apocalypse? Like
no, not enough resources.
It was like, yeah, so you had 20 years to raise these kids to survive the apocalypse, but you couldn't just, I don't know, fucking
invent something.
You have 20 years! And I love that all of this is because of one person. It's a very, like, Japanese-style storytelling where, like, this one person decided everything. Yeah. And I'm like, get out of here, Gendo.
Yeah, pretty much. And now Gendo's child is to blame for all of this.
Yeah, of course!
Obviously.
You want to talk about the scene of sexual violence that happens in this anime out of nowhere?
Before that, I hadn't thought this anime was that offensive. It was fucking stupid. It was fucking stupid. It was like, offensive to your intelligence, but other than that, like, there are girls, and sometimes they get to be cool. Sometimes they die dancing. It's not even a spoiler because it's so vague and stupid.
That's really dumb.
But then episode 10, 11 hits you with an attempted rape scene. So
happened.
Thanks, 7SEEDS.
And I feel like another problem in 7SEEDS, not to take away from that point, because it reminds me that, like, in a story like this where there is no hook for you to be like, ooh, I wonder what's going on. It's literally everyone surviving. That's it. That's the setup. You're watching episodes of Survivor. And what makes Survivor good? The people in there. Mm-hmm. Are there any good, remarkable characters in this story?
No.
I mean, Wolf Jesus was
Wolf Jesus is, like, the best character.
But like... And
except his entire flashback is baseball. Baseball.
Oh my god, that was so fucking stupid.
Baseball.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, this is the anime where, like, we watched 3 episodes, and then I was like, okay, I don't want to watch any more of this. And Kita was like, no, we should finish it.
We should give it a chance.
And then I'm like, okay, what if we just have it on the background while I do work?
Well,
and that's what happened. Well, and I'm like, that flashback episode where everything that the 3 characters were talking about was fucking baseball was driving me insane.
and the worst part, or the best part, is that episode 4, where we picked back up, has the worst Spanish in existence.
Also, I appreciate that all the bad people in the story are the people with dark skin.
Pretty much.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway. Like, there's the worst Spanish ever in this.
Like, I can speak better Spanish, and I haven't been speaking Spanish in years.
Yeah. Who is the main character of this story, Kitty? Is it the girl? Is it the droopy-eyed girl in the cover who is actually pathetic and infuriating?
My brain keeps correcting that to Remy, and I'm like, yeah, it's Remy from Bang Dream. No, except she sucks.
No, Remy's good.
Remy's good. So yeah, the main character is kind of not Remy, and kind of not Hannah, and then kind of Kana, and then kind of not her boyfriend, but then occasionally also like other people, like Wolf Jesus.
I feel like even the mangaka, like, realized how boring and insufferable because she's part of Summer Team.
Yeah.
How insufferable Natsu is. To the point where she was like, oh fuck, Hannah's so much cooler. Just cut to Hannah. Hannah's fighting giant mantis aliens.
Yeah,
They're not
Hana's,
aliens, they're
getting
just
poisoned, cutting her hair, doing
Yeah.
all the cool things of a shoujo heroine.
Hana's doing all the cool things, and then let's cut over back to the Natsu cam. She's being bullied.
She's being bullied by asshole and crushing on Hana's boyfriend.
Yep. All right, well,
back to Hana.
back to Hana cam.
Hana cam.
Oh no, she's being sexually assaulted.
Oh great! Quick, back to Natsu.
I want to make it clear that only happens once.
It does only happen once.
It only
Thank
happens
fucking
once.
Christ.
Thank fucking God. But and someone out there is gonna say that I'm being mean, but like, I can't stand Natsu. Natsu is that archetype of a character who has absolutely no backbone whatsoever, and is gonna take her 16 years of a manga to actually be like, you know what, I'm gonna stand up for myself. I don't have that kind of time.
No.
Hana is way cooler though. Hana's amazing.
Yeah, she's cool.
And the story starts with her being chased by like 6-foot-tall mantis.
Yeah. Like
Creatures.
albino mantis creatures.
Albino mantis creatures. Which, does the story explain?
Nah.
Does it explain why
it was
dinosaurs?
the island of insects.
There's dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
It's silly, but not as silly as like the inconsistencies. There's one thing. There's one thing that gets me, and I hate it because it's in the opening.
Other than the water thing.
There's one thing in the opening.
Oh my god, it's so.
It's actually really fucking stupid. When Natsu and the first group of people wake up, they're the first point of view you follow, and I want to clarify: the point of view changes like all the time at the worst possible times, and I don't mean it in a dramatic sense. You're like, oh, things are happening. What? We're now
okay. I guess you're
halfway
following
across
Hana.
Japan.
Yep, this is 3 years earlier.
But anyhow, oh my god, 15 years ago. Anyhow, when you first follow Natsu, they're all like, oh, we're lost here. We don't know where to go, and their guide, who knows what's going on,
who knows that the apocalypse happened and is trained to protect them, doesn't
tell them right away, and she in fact helps them help in the sand, as though to get an airplane.
And, like a helicopter. Even though I'm
knows,
sure full knows that like they are the last of humanity.
They're the last of humanity, and like at the end of the OP, they show that shot of like where they wrote help, and that just made me laugh every time.
It reminds us every time. Why did she let them write that?
Why did she let them write that? Why did she let them waste their time? Especially when the next group of survivors they find, she tells them right away. It's kind of stupid, you guys.
It's really dumb.
And that's without touching on like how cheap the animation is, and like I just keep feeling like there just wasn't enough money in this anime.
Well, I was reading the Wikipedia page, and this was supposed to come out in April, and it was delayed to June for production stuff. So I don't know if like those production delays were in the actual animation itself, or the distributing of it, or the English voicing, which the English voicing, we're not going to do it behind the voice actor because we forgot to look it up, but like, it's not bad.
Yeah, except for the Spanish part.
Okay, well, the Spanish part is, I think, the exception, but I think there's like some names in here. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it, because like, I think there's like people who usually do like the Netflix dubs, like 2B might be in this.
You think the Nier Automators might be in here?
They might be in
here.
The
Nier Auto Tomatoes?
Yes. As you
hey
keep
guys.
talking, I'll keep looking it up.
7SEEDS has been a bit of a weird experience because for me and for Kitty, I'm not gonna lie to you, there were plot, and I'm holding quotation fingers, reveals that I could only describe as like insulting to our intelligence. Like, I'm like, really? Suddenly there's a giant pit next to all of them, and it has all these like signs of really bad and ineffective writing, just kind of hand-waving things. And even though this is a survival story, we don't never ever see people surviving. We just cut to them building enormous huts that are impossible to be made in like just a matter of minutes. And suddenly everyone just Natsu and that little group find a ship. They just find a ship that is spotless, even though it's been hundreds of thousands of millions of years, and it has all these convenient things that just kind of take away from. It's supposed to be a struggle. They're supposed to be fighting to survive, and the worst of all is that the anime ends at a random spot. It kind of feels as though like there are supposed to be 50 minutes left in that episode, and it just kind of stops.
Well, it really does feel like they were like, all right, we're gonna get a second season to this. So
are they gonna get a second season? Because
like I don't know, but I feel like that's what they think, at least.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it ends like almost like mid-sentence, like someone saying something and then just like,
you're not wrong.
There's the ending. Thank you for tagging along. We're Gonzo Studios, and thank you Netflix for the small bag of money.
Thanks, guys. God, they don't have it on behind the voice actor, so I have to go.
They don't.
I have to go look at the fucking Wikipedia, and some of them don't have hyperlinks, and I'm just like, ugh. I don't think there's anybody who's crazy famous in this.
I thought one of the girls was Erin Fitzgerald, because it kind of sounded like Quartz from Virtue's Last Reward, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, so far nothing, but...
I have a Tharjas in there somewhere.
Is she?
I don't know. That lady does all the voices.
She's very good.
She's very good. What's the lady who does Fi?
Karen Strassman.
Hey, Gary, there you go. They finally updated her image on Behind the Voice Actor.
It's true. Oh yeah, the one actor that I do know, Jay Hickman, who did Muto from Princess Tutu. He's in this. Isn't
he the boyfriend?
God, who? No, who the fuck is this guy?
What is it, Mozu?
No, I literally don't know his name.
Who's Mansuk? Wait, a young man with strong body, age 18. He's a skilled archer. He's depicted as a laid-back person who enjoys...
Who's he from? He's from Spring Team. He's one of the random Spring dudes. Yep, I have no fucking idea.
Kitty, do we recommend this anime?
No.
That's an easy one. Is there anything else we would recommend? If you want a survival kind of setting, play Senki Zero.
Yeah, Senki
It also has
great.
the best story that we have read in, like, decades, and the sales probably not up anymore. But we absolutely wholeheartedly recommend
just fucking get
Senki Zero. It's worth $60. We got it on release. We did videos on it. If you want to go watch our review, it's a really, really good game with an amazing story, and it's survival elements. Have fun.
Yep.
And I know Kitty wants to recommend Lost, but that's a big banger. It's 150 episodes,
give or take. I don't fucking know. But yeah, it wasn't Erin Fitzgerald who voiced that character, so
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, there's really no big names. They all do fine, honestly.
Nobody, I mean...
Nobody's, like, really bad except for the Spanish.
Even the Spanish was the worst part.
Yeah, but no, everybody does fine,
yeah.
like, in the voicing, so, you know.
Asago? Was that the... No.
The boyfriend?
No, the asshole. Asshole with
Semimaru? No.
No, asshole with patch of white hair.
Oh, fuck,
something... Ago.
Yeah.
Ago. He got really yelly at times.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I think that was part of his character.
Anyway. Alright. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, we don't recommend this piece of junk.
And any closing thoughts, my baby?
I mean, I guess it introduced me to a manga I haven't heard about that's very long and complete, so...
That's something I always appreciate when I'm like, oh, the story's over. I bet something probably happens.
Yeah, at least you know a conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something to be, check out. Maybe Kitty will read it, and then we'll come back and check in again.
Yeah. Super.
Maybe we'll read all of Homestuck in one sitting. Maybe we'll read all of JoJo. That would be something. We could not get away with that.
No.
YouTube would just bring down the hammer on us. Hey guys, we're Dango Duo. We do anime content and Let's Play stuffs every single week.
Yep.
We're currently doing a Final Fantasy IX Let's Play. If you're interested in that, we're doing a full cast production of with voice acting. It's just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
We do different voices. But anyhow, also if you want to support us, there's an Amazon wishlist in the description down below. We also have a link to our coffee where you can treat us to a cup of coffee, and we would definitely appreciate that. And of course, if you want to watch these videos early, you can support us through Patreon.
Woo!
Patreon.com/DangoDuo. $1 gets you to watch these videos early, and you support us way more than we get through YouTube, because YouTube is a piece of trash.
It doesn't give us anything. And
now, shout-outs to the wonderful people supporting us every week.
Alexel Hoshi,
Amelia,
Angela,
Aerosols,
Lier,
Luna,
and Sound.
Sound.
Sorry, I'm distracted. One of the girls woke up.
Yeah. This anime fucking sucks.
Yeah, this anime was bad.
It was really bad, actually. I don't know if the manga's bad, but, like...
It's just ugly.
It's really...
Just
zoom the camera in on those faces.
It hasn't aged well.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, Miss Devila. She eat.
We had 20 years to get ready for the apocalypse. And we decided to murder 100 children.
Wait, they had more than 20 years because...
They had more than 20 years.
Because the dad didn't have the girl until, like, towards the end of that.
Yeah.
So they had, like, not 40 years, but, like, 30 years at least.
40 years to figure out, or 38 years if you want to be, like,
if they're 17 and 17.
Yeah, they had like, almost 40 years to make a plan, and their plan was, like, I don't know, have all the kids murder each other. That'll make for a fun chapter.
Yeah. Thanks, anime.